Once again, good evening, everybody. Happy Monday, the 21st and of July. Actually, today's my daughter's 12th anniversary. So currently we have 8 grandbabies in the home right here. And we have 5 grown children. My name is Ken Burke. I'll be doing this onboarding presentation with you tonight, and I'm honored to be with you and excited to share with you. And my wife and I, Diana and I, we've been married just to know a little bit more about us. We've been married for 33 years. We courted for 6 years, and God gave us 5 amazing children. Now are grown out the door, 4 married. Now we have 10 grandbabies, and 11th on the way. And so grateful for this spectacular patch and what it's done for our health so we can enjoy a better quality of life physically with our grandchildren and our children and just in general. And we're super excited about what this opportunity has done for us and what it's doing for many others in our team. And I'm going to share a little bit more about that with you. And so tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through an onboarding training with you. And so if you're on this call, it's because you're looking for more and we want to meet you there. And so let me go ahead and I'll screen share with you. And the goal is to get through this in the next 45 minutes and maybe leave a little room, 5-10 minutes for Q&A, and we'll be done by 8 o'clock. And there is another amazing Zoom going on tonight, an X39 presentation Zoom. It's part of this system that you would invite people to who want to take a look. Say, hey, there's an 8 o'clock Zoom going on tonight, and there's another one going on at 10 o'clock tonight. And we'll talk more about that, about the Zooms which are part of our system of success to make this business doable for common people in order to create uncommon results. And so, but let's go ahead here and I'll screen share and we'll get going. All right. So, Believers for Life, this is a community that my wife and I created inside of the This Is It team. This is a team that we're a part of that started with just 2 people 37 months ago, and now has led to over 500,000 people. It's one of the fastest growing teams in the world. And tonight's training, and we're a community, excuse me, we're a community that sits inside this team because it's hard to connect with 500,000 people. So it's important that we're able to connect together at a more granular local level so we can help each other win bigger in this opportunity. And this is a new brand partner training, and it's for all brand partners. This is not a X39 presentation for new people who haven't seen the opportunity yet. So this is only for those of us who now have now committed as a brand partner. And actually, you're going to find yourself being maybe 1 or 3 people tonight. You may be someone who's just curious and you want to take a peek under the hood of kind of what our team is doing. And or maybe you're someone who wants to get better at sharing this patch. Maybe you've been wearing it for a little bit now and you heard there's a team who's sharing it and you want to get a little better at sharing it and maybe want to keep learning. Yeah, it could be you. Or maybe you're ready. You're like my wife and I when we saw this and began to realize what this was doing for our family and friends as we began to share it, and we saw the opportunity and on a financial basis and said, hey, this is the real deal. And not realizing that within a short period of time it was going to put us at a whole nother level that we couldn't only ever fathom and never had experienced in our life before. Either way, all are welcome, and we're so glad to have you on. And so here's our story in short with Diana and I is that we went from 0 to 20K a week in 22 months in this amazing opportunity. We did this while we were working full time. I owned an 18-man advertising company that I started 10 years earlier. And very busy and a lot of stress. And actually, before COVID, I could have sold my company and retired, but I wanted more. I want a higher uh, PE ratio, they call it. And so I held on, not realizing COVID was going to hit, which completely changed the advertising industry. Reduced the price tag of the business I built 10 years up to sell, and now is under a lot of pressure. And when our friend Joyce Johnson called us and said, "Hey, I've got this little sticker, this patch that's resolved my uh, discomfort," that she had extreme discomfort from having four titanium discs put in her neck, and we remember this, and because after this happened, Joyce sometimes couldn't get out of the house, and we'd go visit her. And from two car accidents, she had been rear-ended, and the doctor said, "You got to have these titanium discs put in your neck, or you may not walk again." And so, but after that, a lot of pain. And when she called to say, "Hey, my pain is gone," and my sister with her bone-on-bone knee pain, that's gone too. And I said, "Hey, what is this? Let me get a." I took a look. I said, "This is what?" It's a light therapy patch. Nothing goes in our body. It's going to turn on our dormant stem cells. We have dormant stem cells. I didn't know this. By the time we're 30, half of them are dormant. And by the time we're 60, they're almost all dormant. And this is going to turn them all back naturally. And this is what's doing for you. And we've knew Joyce for 15 years. She's a retired IRS agent, a CPA. Her daughter and her husband also was the same, a CPA, retired IRS agent too. And their daughter went to school with our kids, so we've known them for 15 years. And so we trusted Joyce. And when she said this did what it did, we believed her. And when I took a look at what this thing did, I said, "Oh, this is amazing. Everybody needs this." And I bought a big batch of this product and decided to mail it out to our closest family and friends first. Said, "Hey, I found something. Put it on you. Tell me what happens for you." And I remember our daughter called us Brittany in Louisiana. We live in the Trinity area of Tampa Bay area. And the first day she had put it on that night, she goes, "Dad, I can't believe this, but my brain fog is gone," because she had given birth to a little baby girl months earlier, and she had brain fog, hair loss, all kinds of weird things going on. And first night, it was, gone. And we had more testimonies from our family and friends. And then 2.5 weeks later, the stress I had running my advertising company of 10 years went from 85% down to about 15%. And I got this gift I didn't even know existed called living in the present. My wife, 10 to 20 hot flashes a day while wearing the patch for 20 days. Day 21, all of a sudden those hot flashes almost stopped. And I felt like I got a new wife back. And that was just the beginning. And we got excited. And what we did is we followed a system that this is a team led by Stephen G. and Merritt had created to make it easier for us to, while working a very busy life, not really having time for a side hustle, we followed this system, which was really, in short, very simple. It's kind of like when you go see a good movie or a good restaurant. What do? The next day you go back to the office and you tell everybody. You still do your work. Well, this is the same thing. We just show people following a system how to, with their excitement, how to share with their family and friends and whoever they like to in a way that they don't throw up on them. They can just simply pique their curiosity, create an invite, get their eyeballs on a Zoom later on after work, and done by somebody else. All they did is contact and invite and share their excitement through the day. And we began to do that and following this simple formula in short and staying committed to the journey. This is where this thing got us to in a blessed way. And so, and that was just over a year ago, and we actually do better than that now, which is amazing. And we're so grateful. And because we technically don't have to work, and I don't have to be on this call to make more money, but there's a reason why we do, is because you can only travel so much and golf so much, and then you're still back to yourself. But when you can do something for others, life gets better. And that's where fulfillment in life really comes from. When you live a life to be able to impact on others, no matter what you do, you're going to find your purpose on why you're really designed to be here. And me being on this call tonight, me being able to help other people like you to win and succeed and duplicate that process, there isn't anything better, because if you saw my inbox and the miracles that we're part of and the testimonies we get to hear just on the health alone is spectacular. But I've got other friends of mine, several others on my team that make more money than we do, right? And so, which is because of this system. I have a friend of mine also that he, in 14 months, was able to fire his high stress, very successful six-figure year job working for corporate America. In 14 months, he fired him. And now he makes several times that. And it's wonderful to see people really achieve truly the American dream. Ultimately, I have to say that our story, and everybody may be different here, but I couldn't not share this because we are so grateful unto God Himself because we saw His hand bless the work of our efforts. And so you got to show up and you got to do the work. You got to put your hand in the plow, don't look back. You got to do your part. But for me, I trust the Lord, and I watched Him do some amazing things, and we know that His loving power and His kindness and His grace help get us here. So what's your story going to be? Where are you at? What are you looking to accomplish? Well, hopefully we can be a resource in putting you in the position that is just spectacular. And that begs the question is, why is this for you? What is it that you really, really want? Why are you on this call tonight? And I'll tell you why. With us and for you, if you see what we see, you have the freedom to dream again. We live in America, right? For what purpose? To accomplish the American dream. But the majority of us, 98%, really never accomplish that. Go to college, get a good job, or try to, and then we have going to more jobs, going to pressure raising a family. And even if you didn't go to college, and it life gets challenging. And the dreams sometimes that we used to have get pushed aside for quote reality when the reality is your dream really is reality and who you are. There's only one of you on the planet. And we believe God has a purpose for you. And there's a potential that you may find this opportunity may be the very platform, the very vehicle, the very thing you're looking for to get you to really where you deserve to be and to accomplish who you are where no one else on the planet. There's only one of you in the universe. No one has your thumbprint, eye signature. You are highly valued. And here's the deal. 85% of people hate what they do. Listen, I was there running my own company. I didn't like what I did because I felt bound to it. I felt it owned me. And why is this? Why do not people like what they do? For several reasons, but they're not living their dream. And, I get frustrated when people tell me and when I'll be at a networking event and they'll say, "Oh, I'm living my dream life." And I'm like, okay, your car is broken down over there, but okay, maybe it's not saying that money is everything, but it doesn't hurt. And a dream life really is not so much about money. A dream is really about having the time. And this is why 85% of people don't like what they do, is because they're giving up time that they can't get back to do something they don't want to do. So what? They can pay the bills, maybe help put their kids through college, good thing, and maybe hopefully save for retirement down the road, and but they're giving up a lot of time, a lot of stress, maybe working for somebody they don't want to be working for, and so they're not happy. And this is completely different. You don't punch a time clock. You don't report to anybody. This is really up to you. And obviously, there's work involved, but it's totally different, particularly when you love what this is doing and you see how it's changing lives and you know that there's hope that this thing can bring you. It's spectacular. And additionally, 60% of all Americans today live paycheck to paycheck. Listen, I was making six figures living paycheck to paycheck in the day. That's not good, and so we want to hopefully help you be able to get back the life that you truly deserve and to do that, you got to know what's in your hands, right? And forgive me, let me get some water. And let me tell you, I want to share with you what you have in your hands because it is profound. First of all, we have a gentleman by the name of David Schmidt. He's got 200 patents to his name and it's I don't know anybody who's got two patents. He's got 200. This guy's a scientist of scientists. As you begin to get to know who he is, the integrity he has, his capabilities, and the products that have changed our life, you realize this guy is a genius, and it's a blessing. This company isn't new. It's been around for 20 years. It's expanded now to 80 countries, right? They're a debt-free organization, and they're one of the fastest growing companies in the world, second year to date in this uh, relational marketing space of 7,000 companies. and um, so we have something that's going somewhere, like a rocket ship, right? For instance, they were at 20 million back in COVID. They had 15 other patches they had created, or 10 other patches they had created over 15 years. Got the company to about me 20 million. David finally gets this patch patented, the X39 patch patented. Took 10 years to get that thing to market, 80 clinical trials and studies. Gets that thing patented, released to market in 2020 during COVID. And what happens? The company shoots like a rocket from 20 million, bam, all through COVID with no advertising budget, word of mouth, results happening, people calling their family and friends. I found something, take a look. And now last year they had 600 million, in 4 years from 20 million. They're going to hit a billion this year. And 60% of that goes back to pay me and you. We have a patented technology. No one in the world has this technology. No one, nor will they, not at least till 2040. Another 15-year runway we have. And I've been in this thing 35 months, and I swear I talk to people every day, and they still have never heard about it. Maybe 1 in 50, maybe. And I was just dropped my tests off today at Tampa, and bam, share with the service advisor pasture. No, don't want this. What is that? So this is wide open, literally wide open. And here's the deal: everybody has stem cells. They're all going dormant. Think about it. Half of them by the time the age of 30. And you can see it. Just look around. People are stressed, physical issues by the time you're 60. You know what's happening if as you watch it, right? I just turned 60. I know what's happening. And here we have the cookie. No one in the world has this. This is not CBD. This is not weight loss. This is not some supplement. This is stem cell reactivation, your own stem cells being reactivated. And there's a whole lot more this thing is doing built inside the patent if you've taken a closer look at this patent. Not only that, we have an incredible field leaders who are blazing a trail with an amazing duplicatable system. This is the power of duplication. We don't need gifted salespeople. I'm a gifted salesman. But I can't make your stem cells reactivate. I'm not the system that people are able to embrace that's creating prosperity. I'm just a guy who shares with a few people, and then those people begin to share with a few people, and those people begin to share with a few people. That's called word of mouth. That is the power that we have. We have the system inside of that that gives people who are common people the ability to achieve uncommon results. So this couple, Steve and Gina Merritt, who started in on this 37 months ago, they hit the highest rank. They came over and they were very successful many years ago in this industry doing something else. They couldn't bring their team over with them, so they started fresh, got on the phone, started over. In 23 days, they hit the highest rank in this business. That usually took 4 years to do, and they're going to implement a system for us to follow. And that's what my friend told me when she called me about the patch. She also told me about that, and that potentially was like up to $25,000 a week. And I'm like, excuse me? And I didn't say anything about that. I didn't tell her the pain I was under financially, but I heard that. I heard the hope in the patch, and I heard the possibility of an upside of financial gain, and I was in a very hard spot in my life, and I saw hope. And now over 300 people, including my wife and I, have hit the highest rank in this business, and I'm talking a 24-year-old out of college, an 81-year-old grandma in Puerto Rico, a 63-year-old Penny Carpenter. I love her. She's awesome. She's a good old girl. She's a rancher, lives in a town of 650 people in Texas, in the Panhandle. She hit the highest rank in this business. And, so we have common folks who are achieving uncommon results because of this amazing system that we're going to touch upon tonight. And once again, I just want to give credit where credit is due. This gentleman here is David Schmidt, and so just the guy's amazing, right? And you know, the thing is, in anything you and I do, the principles of success are the same. It's just you have a vehicle to implement the principles of success in that can take you far the way. Because you can implement success in working inside of corporate America as a manager or executive, but how far are you really going to get? This is a lot better. So the thing is, how do you and I succeed? What does it take to succeed? You've got to have a purpose. What's your purpose, right? And you've got to have definitive goals. You've got to have a plan of action, belief, right? Belief is what's contagious. Courage. When people who you think should don't, and you're like, you got to be kidding me. You have the courage to keep sharing. You have the belief that everybody has got stem cells. They're all going south. We've got the cookie, and they deserve an opportunity at least to hear about it. And you got to love people where they're at. If they don't want it, that's fine. Don't be weird. Just say, hey, it's okay. Be their friend. So next time they see you at Publix, well, wherever your grocery store is at, if you're in different parts of the country right now, and someone sees you on aisle four, you don't have to hide in aisle five, right? You just want to respect and care about people. Have the courage, confidence. If there is something that we see why people can get beat up, is it just confidence? Some people are good at it. Most people need a little more confidence, and you got to have confidence, persistency, right? So these are just the fundamental things of success that are important in this opportunity. And of course, determination. So you are the variable. And so you have this cookie in your hand and this opportunity sitting in your hand, right? The company's going to make the patches. They've never been late on getting patches out worldwide at a growth rate from 20 million to 600 million. Never skipped a beat because they already think ahead. They're already tooled up ahead. They're already tooled up to make almost $2 billion worth of patches. They're always thinking 5 to 10 years out and being tooled up. This company is a well-oiled machine. Right? They have a customer service team to answer the odd questions that you and I don't have to. They're the ones going to make sure we get paid every Tuesday. They never skipped a beat on getting us paid every Tuesday, never late. And I'm thinking, a lot of companies get under pressure with growth, they break. This company's only gotten stronger and better, So they've got everything created, right? And there's already a need in the marketplace. So the only variable is you. And so you have great capability. And so there's David Schmidt, but here's our leaders, Steve and Gina Merritt on the left and right, flanking David Schmidt there. And they're the ones who implement a system that we're following. They're the one that we're so grateful for, and we pray for that God bless them every day. And they have a vision. Steve and Gina Merritt have a vision to having 1 million distributors by year end, and we're on track, right? And so right now we have about a 500,000, and earlier in the year I think they had less than 300,000, way under that. And we're the fastest growing team in the world, with the fast growing company in the world. So and you get to be, you're part of that. You're part of this. And so, and what we have here is that this is a team, and we have a system under thisisitteam.com. Part of that system is thisisittinfo.com. And this info is the site you and I share when someone wants to know more about the product. And so instead of you and me having to be the salesman, we don't want to be a salesman. We don't, because that's not duplicatable. Finding good salespeople is not easy. But helping people share something is word of mouth, and we can help them do that. And when you do that, you simply, when someone says, "Hey, Ken," like when I passed a girl at a service advisor at the Tesla dealership today, a service department today. I said, "Hey, listen." She started asking. I said, "Listen, great questions. I've got a website. This is it, info.com. I'll text it to you. It's going to tell you all about the patch. It'll give you the patents, the studies. There's actually testimonials like right here that you can see for what do you want to see on here. Your knee pain, your neuropathy, inflammation. What is it? All kinds of testimonials. So now you and I can give them this, and that keeps us freed up from being the salesman, and they can do the same thing too. When their family and friends said, "Hey, so and so, tell me more about it." Yeah, give me your phone, or I'll send you a link here. Take a look. And there's nothing on here you can buy. They have to get back with you. So it's pretty powerful. I do want to say something that this is very important that you understand is that this industry, if you're looking and serious about allowing this opportunity and participating in it in a way that can take you to your dreams, like it has my wife and I, then this event here, which happens next month, August 8th, 9th, and 10th. 8th is a Friday night, right? It's Friday night. And then all day Saturday is the 9th. And then there's an optional Sunday service on the 10th. That's optional. This system caters to busy people. This event is geared for busy people. And my wife and I went from $1,000 a week to $1,000 a day, thanks to a next level event. Now, there's only one of these each year in person. And so, and the key is you want to attend, because when you begin to see uncommon people creating common results and you begin to hear what they're saying, and then you begin to get the nuggets and you realize, oh, I can do this too. And your belief gets bigger, your layers of conviction gets deeper. You're not getting inflated, you're getting rooted. Big difference. Not like going to, I love Anthony Robbins, but I've been to Anthony Robbins, I've walked on fire, I've brought 10, 15 team members when I had my advertising company with me. Great time, learned the great things and got us up. But eventually you kind of come down. This is different. This is you go, and now you come away with greater belief. That's contagious. More people want to get enrolled, get on patches, more miracles happen. God gets more glory. Your paycheck goes up bigger. And well, if you got 10 people coming with you this thing, guess what happens? You can guess what happens is that more miracles happen, your paycheck gets even bigger. And you don't want to go to something like this and say, oh, I wish someone would win. I mean, this is like a little over $400, and which is nothing. That includes a hotel, includes a meal, includes a avoidance of a $45 parking. I mean, hotels get too much money today to park a car there. This is in Orlando, and you got people from all around the world coming to this. For this is a team. And so this is LifeWave. This is our team, fast growing team inside of LifeWave, fast growing team in the world. This is all of us who've hit the highest rank. We know this is what helped get us there. We had so many people launch to senior presidential director, the highest rank in this business, at an event like this. So this is it, and make sure you get there. And to those who've hit a certain rank, they call presidential and senior director. There are a couple meetings ahead of it time for people to attend. It's going to be awesome. So how do you continue to succeed in this business? Well, the key is you've got to be connected. You got to be connected to the team. And so you may be in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. And this is mission critical, is because we're all willing volunteers, if you will. No one's telling us when to show up, what to do, what not to do. We're all choosing to do what we do. And we all love this, but we're all choosing to follow the system. And we see the power in being connected to each other, because when you're saying and seeing the same thing, you get to say it better and you get encouraged in it. And so it's important to get connected. And what you do is you go to believersforlife.com. And when you do that, it's going to offer you the option to click, and you want to do this from your cell phone. Do it from your cell phone. Because what it's going to do is it's going to populate your text field with the word hello, and all you got to do is hit send. It does all that. All you do is hit send. That's going to connect you to our community text thread, so that you can be apprised of what's coming up, next meetings and things that we do on a weekly basis. And then it's also going to then offer you the opportunity. It's going to reply back in about a minute to, hey, join our school, SKAO platform. And I'm going to show you this in a minute, because this is where we have our resources. Now, school is like Facebook, but for communities like us. And it's one of the fastest growing, platforms in the world. And it operates much like Facebook. And when you go there, it's going to give you the ability to get connected to us and get resources, get videos, check out calendar. Everything that's coming up is all sitting there. And in that context, you're going to want to plug into the weekly Zooms. It's the most amazing thing that every time I get on a Zoom to this very day. And there's two types of Zooms. There's Zooms for prospects to learn about X39 if they want to get some patches, what this is, and plug into the team potentially. And then there's brand partner Zooms, those who are already in it, kind of like what this is tonight. There's a brand partner Zoom. There's only two types of Zooms that go on throughout the week. So there's a whole lot of X39 presentation Zooms that you can invite people to, but then you also have the other team Zooms that we'll show you in a minute. We have a team Zoom tomorrow night with the whole team, every Tuesday night. And then tonight we have our onboarding. Wednesday night, we're going to be doing a coaching. I've been doing it, but I'm implementing even a more deeper level of coaching to improve your own personal leadership on Wednesday nights. And on Wednesdays, there's a women's Zoom that ladies can invite their friends to and be introduced to X39, and just in the earshot of just women alone. And so, and so that is what we do with our Believers for Life. But you'll see this, so don't. Oh, let me take a look here. I think I realize. Bear with me, everybody.
Daddy, where's the donut?
Hold on. All right. I love those little voices. Thought those were one of my grandbabies, but I know none of the daddies are in the home right now. All righty. So, and obviously get your next level ticket. So let's take a quick look here real quick at what you'd see if you hit Believers for Life. I'm going to have to, my screen I know doesn't catch this, so I've got to reshare this here. So when you're on your phone and you click Believers for Life, it's going to look like this. And then you're going to click this priority here. It says right here, you're going to click this. And that's what it's going to take you to. And then it's going to offer you the option to join the school platform. And when you do join school, it's going to look like this here. And, Sylvie, just nod your head. Do you see the school platform from what I'm sharing here? Okay, thank you. So this is kind of like Facebook. And when you look at this thing, there's three areas: community, classroom, and calendar. And so I'm going to go to the calendar real quick. Well, let me just say we're on community right now. This is kind of like a community wall. And get rid of this here. Sorry, guys. Touching my screen. And so this just shows you um, updates and things that are going on that someone want to put on the wall that you can see. Right. So I did a great interview with a DO of 32 years, and you can just click right here and see that. It's pretty powerful. But then we have this thing called calendar. You click the calendar. This is going to be very important. And when you're on the calendar, you can't really see all the zooms because this is a Zoom calendar is what this is. So if you come over to the far right and from your phone, it's going to be probably different, looking a little better, but you'll see this little this icon with these three lines here. You click that, and now it changes to a very usable format. So now you can see all the zooms that are coming up. And you can simply click and you can share the link. So as right now, live, you can see is this new brand partner training that we're doing right now. And then tonight, 8 o'clock, and again at 10 o'clock, there's going to be a great X39 presentation done by a doc and his wife. This is a vascular surgeon who's giving this presentation. His wife had Crohn's disease. Like, you can't heal that. Well, guess what she doesn't have anymore? And he monitored this. She doesn't have Crohn's disease anymore. So, and he's a vascular surgeon. He's giving the presentation night. You're going to want to get people, invite friends and people to. You got 25 minutes right now to text people you in. And then again at 10 o'clock, they'll be doing it again, FYI. And then tomorrow there's another one from 3 to 4 p.m., right? And then tomorrow night I do one at 8 p.m. But then also we have our team Zoom. The point is the Zooms are all here. This is really much of how we build this business. It's all based on getting eyeballs on Zooms, and you get on Zooms too. There also is a classroom. Click on this classroom here, and you're going to find they call these folders, right? Where you can scroll down and you can see things that you want to learn more about. And so, where you need the back office, excuse me, here on my computer, and X39 presentations. There have a doctors explain X39. I love that one, and right here. And so you click it, and when you click it, it opens up, and all you got to do is if you click excuse me, you click the link here, it's going to take you back to YouTube, and then you'll then see a channel where it has all these doctors talking about, sorry guys, I keep touching my screen, but you have all these doctors talking about X39. And so this is one doc interview, but some amazing presentations here as a resource that you could share with other people. So you want to get familiar with this school platform and all the resources that are sitting here for you to continue to keep you excited and informed about this amazing opportunity. Okay, let me go back here. All righty, so that's our school platform, and you can get familiar with that. Back here. Make sure we're on the same page here. All right. So that's the first step. And this is what you're going to duplicate. When you have a new friend sign up and say, hey, listen, go to believersfight.com, get connected to TextRed, get on board school, start plugging the weekly Zooms, get your next level ticket. Okay, so that's how we start getting connected. Now, I want to share something with you that Believers for Life, which is what you're part of, as we're part of this is a team umbrella, but this is Believers for Life, what my wife and I are leading. And we have a mission, all right? So you get included in this mission. For us, our goal is for you to today, right, to live your best, what we call DMO. That's your daily method of operation. That's basically how you live your best day inside this opportunity. We have a system we follow, and the system entails a daily method of operation. And how you live your best DMO is really on a day by day basis, is going to basically walk you all the way to your dreams, right? And this is our key focus, is to be able to help you do that. Now, in doing that, okay, we also want to help you focus on your God-given dreams because life is like a camera. What you focus on will develop. And see, the reality is you and I become what we think. And we want to begin to help you begin to believe and dream again and think again and think clearly again on really what your dreams are. And of course, if you're not living a daily method of operation, then it's just a pipe dream. But if you got tactical, practical, day in, day out activity that steps you through your dreams, and it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's rewarding, it's a blessing to yourself, a blessing to others, then it makes your dreams even that much more exciting to think about, right? And so those two things, they really work together. But then there's this third reality that we like to bring into presence, alrighty? That when you implement that third reality, and these three things come together, it's called the hedgehog factor. It's from the book Good to Great. And it's in the center where those three rings come together. It's really where you find the sweet spot of life. And we believe that the last final piece, and like I said, everybody's different here. So this is just kind of just understand this is where we come from because this is what we've seen so many wonderful things occur from, is your faith in God and your ability to delight in God, to include him in the reality of living your best day, right? And so God doesn't sign people up for me, doesn't pay my taxes, and didn't marry my wife. I get to do all these things, right? I reap what I sow. But I found that when I take my actions and I commit them to him, then my actions go this far, then his hand of blessings rewards them and takes them even further. And so the blessings of the Lord bring wealth. He has no headache with it. I mean, he knows what he's doing. And so that's just a food for thought, but understand, as you see the bottom left and bottom right, these are our key areas of focus, and it's your option on where you want to go with delighting in God. And but you'll hear us talk about that as we go. Now, also in this term of life, LIFE, okay, this is an acronym that's at the center of the DNA of our system. And it coincidentally happens to be in the part of the name Life Wave, right? And then for us also, we have our team, Believers for Life. And so life stands for LIFE, stands for list, invite, follow up, enroll. Could it get any simpler? Because we want to live a great life every day. We want to basically continue to build the list of brand new people we're sharing with every day, like I did with the woman, at Tesla today. And I now you see on my list now because I'm going to follow with her. But I invited her, to wear this patch. I'm inviting her to take a look at the Zooms tonight. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to follow up with her tomorrow. And if she likes what she sees, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to enroll her. And so, how hard is that? This is what we do. This is the life, right? And so this is the DNA of the system. And so we're just going to help you get better with your daily method of operation. What you're going to see is basically sharing with people each day and following up with people each day and getting their eyeballs on a Zoom each day and enrolling them, right? And so before we get further into that, we do have a launch plan. This is also on that believersforlife.com, and it's in our school platform under forms. I forgot the word, but anyway, it's under forms. But this LifeWave Launchpad, some people, if you like things in writing, well, this is a one-page snapshot of how to get launched in LifeWave. Check that out, right? And so successful onboarding as well. is when you get with your upline, the person who invited you or whoever's active above them, and you two sit down and they revisit, hey, why are you doing this? You know, and this is important. And we don't have time to go into this tonight, but we're going to touch upon it a little bit in just a little bit. But your why is everything. I love sharing this example. Back in the day, many, many, many years ago in the early 60s, the Russians and the United States were at a Cold War with each other, right? And it was really a tense time. And the Russians put Sputnik into space. It was 1962, and it freaked the world out. Believe it or not, America was shaking like, oh my gosh, how'd they do that? John F. Kennedy talked to the leading scientists of the day, said, how in heaven's name can we got to beat them? We got to remain in perception of the world superpower at the time. And because why? We didn't want the consequence of communism being to take over our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness for the world. We were the big boy guy on the block to get that thing done, and that there was a huge why that we couldn't have that happen, and why we had to do something better, put a man on the moon. And he asked him, hey, what's it going to take? The leading scientist John Kennedy asked him, what's it going to take to put a man on the moon? And they said 5 words: the will to do it. The will to do it. 5 words. So they had a deep why, a why they would make you cry. Because if you don't accomplish your why, you're gonna be crying if you're gonna be living under communism. And that was a perception. I know it's hard to believe today, but that was a perception. And so what they do, out of the will to do it, right? They set a goal, and they did. They accomplished a pathway, and we got a man on the moon in 1969, right? And so I had a why. My why that made me cry is my friends who are retiring as police officers and deputies, which I could have been, sold my company right prior to COVID and retired. Now they're retiring and they're going fishing, and I'm thinking about starting my whole life over again. I'm thinking I'm too old to do this. That was painful. I didn't want that. I wanted to hit the moon. I wanted to get to where I could go. I wanted 20 grand a week. That's what I wanted. How much time did I have? I didn't have a lot of time. I was working 60, 78 hours a week. How much time do you have, right? Earnings. You don't need a lot of time, by the way. Earnings. Why do you need to make? Well, initially, I need to at least see if I could at least pay myself what I was paying myself in a short window of time. But in 90 days, what is it that you need to be making that makes itself real to you? Is it 500 a week, 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week? What is it, right? Because we'll show you how you can do that. And then, by the way, what's your set free number? For me, set free number, it was a big number. Remember, I had a company I could have sold it. I needed a big number. I needed to make at least 4 times what I was paying myself running my company. I needed about 20 grand a week, right, to make this a reality. And so that was and I wasn't moving. I mean, I was making 10 grand a week. I still wasn't moving. I didn't even think about it. I was still like, I don't care. I got to get to that number. And I didn't have time really. I was still working full time running my advertising company, but the system was doing its thing. Word of mouth was compounding, and that's what was powerful. What's your set free number? The number that gives you the walk away from your job, that gives you the added resource to become debt free, to fund your retirement, and to be a blessing to others financially. What does that look like? Can you even think about that? Have you thought about it? Would you like to be able to think about that? Begin to think about that. What's that number? And when would you like to accomplish that? Is that 36 months from now? 24 months from now? It's got to be a SMART goal as an earnings goal. SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, and time sensitive. And so set a goal, a SMART goal, 90 days. What is it? 500 a week? And set it weekly because we get paid every Tuesday. Right? And so let me run on down through here. But put that number down. Write that somewhere. Put it up on your refrigerator. Put both of them down. Their 90-day goal and what's your set free goal and when is that? And then you start with a list. And we have under forms also in school, we have a massive list memory jogger that can help you build a list. I tell people anywhere from 100 to 300 names. Write them down on a piece of paper. Your list is your launch pad. And so if you put just 20 names down and you call 10 and you only get a hold of 3, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this. No, no. You got 100 names, 200 names, 300 names. You got 100 written down. You can put it on your Excel spreadsheet or what else you like to put later on your phone, what have you. But write it down first because your brain will work more powerfully in memory when it's connected to your hand and writing, the whole being versus typing into a computer on a screen. So it will help you. The bigger your list, the faster you will launch. the higher you will launch. We had a big list, and and we got after it, and I remember within 90 days or so, yeah, 103 days, I sponsored my 63rd person. And so, just over 3 months, and so we went after it. And so, and then you want to have a launch event. That is an event where you're going to invite your closest people on your list that you trust you, people that trust you. Could be a parent, could be your brother, best friend, could be neighbors, coworkers, people that you socially know you. When they see you call and they know it is you, they're going to answer a call. And so you want to have it. And the phone call, and we have by basically on school platform how to say what to say, but it needs to be a quick conversation, like no more than 2, 3 minutes. Hey, say my best friend's name, John. John, is Ken, man. I'm so excited about something. I catch you at a bad time. No, what's up, Ken? Listen, man, I've got something I think is going to blow your mind, but I got a question for you. Yeah, man, what's going on? What do you know about stem cells? And they'll say what they're going to say. And you're going to let them know, listen, you're going to share in your own words, your own belief, why you're excited about what you found. John, listen, man, I've got my hands on the most amazing technology. It's a little patch, believe it or not, that you can put anywhere in the body, works off light in the body. Nothing even goes into the body, but it's going to turn on our dormant stem cells. Did you know we have dormant stem cells, John? You know, that by the time we're 30, the stem cells we have, which can change in a cell that God gave us for healing, repair, and restoration, they're dormant. By the time we're 30, they're almost all dormant. This little sticker turns them on act naturally. It did this for my wife, did this for my dad, this for my autistic granddaughter, and it's doing this for other people. And this company's is going amazing places. And I want to get you on a Zoom to take a look at this because I want to see if you see what I see. So can I count on you to join me? I'm just going to have a private Zoom. I got a friend of mine, Ken. He's going to be helping me get the word out to my family and friends, get some of their questions answered. Obviously, I thought about you. What do you think? If I give you a link, will you join me? It's going on tomorrow night, whatever. So that's a short context. You'll see other ways to invite, but it needs to be simple next. And when he starts asking questions, yeah, Ken, man, tell me more about this. Hey, listen, I got to call a few other people to invite them. Time is short here. And but please answer your questions. I'll let Ken answer them for you so we can all hear what those answers are too. Sound good? Great. Hey, have a good night. Click. Alrighty. So that's how you prep with that list of your first launch event, and that's gonna be a Zoom. Typically done on a Zoom because most people don't live close to your living room, or you can do it in your living room, but Zoom has been most powerful, the most convenient way. No one has to get in their car. They can flip on the screen, they can show up, and boom. Here's the rule of thumb. Half the people who tell you they're going to show up, half the people who tell you they're going to show up will show up. So just be ready. So make sure you do the quantity of right numbers to get your first launch event. Now that's just a launch event. That's just one way. Alrighty. So, but this wants to help you to go manager. Managers, you get two friends left, two friends right to buy patches with you, and basically that's going to help you hit your first rank in the business. That's going to open you up to start making up to $1,500 a week, and then obviously you want to 10 next level. So this is what successful onboarding initially looks like. The system itself, as you continue on going down path, as you go past your launch event and so on, is you're going to talk to so many people a day. Is it one, two, three, or four? 10. What is that number? And you're going to follow with them that same number. So if it's one a day, three, let's just say it's three a day. You're gonna talk with three people a day, 5 days a week, right? Follow up with those three people a day and try and invite all of them again on Zoom. If you're talking to three people a day, the goal should be at least to get three of them on a Zoom each week, right? And so what this looks like is that if you're talking to three people a day, well, guess what? That's on a 200 and, on basically on a 5 day work week, that's about 783 people a year. One person a day is 261, right? If you're talking to five people a day, you're going to get to about 5 grand a month, probably in about 90 days. You talk to 10 people a day, you're going to be about 10 grand a month in about 90 days. Just FYI, give you a little runway here. And here's a Zoom schedule you're inviting them to outside of your Zoom launch. The blue Zooms here that we send out every Sunday night are the Zooms that are the X39 launch Zooms, meaning the presentation you can invite new people to. And the orange ones are for brand partners, trainings and such. Alrighty, and there's other besides that. I just showed you the team Zooms. That on that right there. I showed you on the calendar. Those are team Zooms. Well, there's also private Zooms, like I mentioned, like I could do for you and your friends, or your upline can do for you and your friends. You have two-on-ones. where you've got your upline with you, and you've got a buddy that you want to introduce them to, and you do Zoom together with the three of you, right? And then or just you get the faster you start download this presentation that's shown worldwide that we show on the team that you can show to your friend at a Starbucks or a Zoom over the phone, the faster you begin to make more money, right? And so it's all about getting eyeballs on Zooms. And so here's the deal. The next 90 days of your life could change the entire trajectory of your life. That's what it did for my wife and I, because we committed. Now, you don't have to commit, but if you take the next 90 days of your life and you treat it like a jet that's on the tarmac getting ready to take off, what does a jet do, a passenger jet? What's the pilot do when he's going to take off? When he gets the green light from the tower, he puts the throttle all the way down, all the way down, and that plane begins to slowly take off. Well, if you put your throttle all the way down, and then you keep it down. And when he takes off, guess what? He still keeps that thing going because that plane still needs to get up to about 10,000 feet typically before they can tell you to take the seatbelt off, a couple minutes in, and then they begin to lighten up. And that's what you do. If you take the next 90 days, like this is your launch, your throttle's down, you're all in, you're like a dog on a bone, no one's going to get that bone out of your mouth, then here's the deal, your life's going to change. And that's what happened. My trajectory of my entire life that put me on the trajectory to take the next 24, 36 months, and then, excuse me, the next 20 to 30 years of my work life got collapsed in 24, 36 months of my life because I took the first 90 days and I put the throttle down and it got us going with momentum. Are you ready for that? Right? Because if you are, then you want to have a 2020 vision. You want to enroll 20 people left, 20 people right. Okay? That's your initial goal. Can you get that done in 90 days? That's about 3 people a week, right? And so, and that is doable, if you're basically, if you've got the throttle down. You could do it in 9 months. Some could do it in 9 days. We had one couple who signed up 300 people in 30 days, 10 people a day. That's not me. I don't compare myself to people that would make me feel bad. Don't do that with anybody else. Be yourself. But it's 20 left, 20 right that you're gonna sponsor. That's 40 people, right? If you want. And so the first goal out of that is get 2 left, 2 right to go manager. Now, believe it or not, we have a new comp plan getting rolled out, and you can go manager on 2 coming up pretty soon. But we're not there. So the company is teeing us up for greater success. And so we didn't think it could get any better than this thing of just getting 4 people, and then everybody replicating that, and everybody continue to look at 20 left, 20 right. But 2 people left, 2 people right. When you get at least a 6-pack or a 20-pack, and you go on a 2-sleep monthly maintenance, and you get your friends left and right at least get a 3-pack on a 1-sleep monthly maintenance, you hit manager, and that opens you up to all the ways the company pays, right? So, and then once you do that, you want to become a manager making a machine. So you go manager, then you're going to help 2 of your friends on your left and right. One on your left, one on your right, help them go manager. Well, what's going to happen then? You're basically become a director, and then we just duplicate that. You want to duplicate that over. Have your 2 friends do what you just did, so they can go help 2 of their friends go get, 1 left, 1 right. Well, that's going to make you a senior director. But you can see that going manager and becoming a manager making machine, this is the simple system that we duplicate, and it takes you up through. You can see on the left here, manager, then to director, and then to senior director. I'm just going to skip through this. You can go back and look at these, and this takes us through these pay ranks, right? Up to $25,000 a week. These are caps. $1,500 a week cap. $2,500 a week cap. 35, 75, 12, 5, $25,000 a week cap. Okay, that's just on the first way we get paid on the team commission. Okay, my wife and I, we make more than $25,000 a week, and I have several friends on my team making more than that, and a lot of other people making more than that. And because there's more ways to make money than these caps. We haven't even hit this 25,000 a week cap. And so, but we can talk about that later. I just want to let you know that if you knew nothing about the comp plan and you saw this foreplay right here, well, I showed you earlier, where the 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then you replicate that and begin to grow that out, this is how this thing really simplifies and grows. So, in the 4 ways we do get paid is you do get a bonus, a $35, $75, or $405 bonus each time someone buys a 3, 6, or 20 pack. There's a $25,000 cap, and there's that unlimited paycheck. And I'm talking quick here. Plus, you get quarterly bonuses when you hit the highest rank in the business. Every quarter, they split, they profit share, and that amounted to 6 figures for my wife and I last year, and that could for you too. Plus, we get these crazy, amazing trips they pay us at any rank. You could be just a manager, and you could win a contest and go to Cancun. or get on a bunch of us got 500 of us. They put us on a ship to Italy and Greece and Santorini and Mykonos and Split, Croatia. And I mean, so many trips we've been on. It's been amazing that you could win. You don't have to be in the highest rank in the business to win that. So just become a manager making machine. So you have the freedom to dream again. Your why is important. I'm going to blast through that again real quick here because it is 7:57. And your why is going to give you clarity and simplicity to get you where you need to go. So establish your daily method of operation. How many people do you want to talk to or will you talk to? So one a day, two a day, three a day. What is your daily method of operation? And is you're going to do 5 days a week or seven? What is it for you? We just live a lifestyle of it, and so we follow up with these people. We say we get their eyeballs. We invite them to join us in the Zoom, and not everybody does. So you just keep light on your feet, prayerful, and keep scattering, right? And how you stay focused is get on the Zooms, be digging into the testimonies of health, testimonies of the wealth, watching people succeed and prosper that are uncommon, and then get really good at enrolling new people, right? And when the more you're on the Zooms, the faster you learn how to enroll more people, right? And make sure you're at a high level in all those areas. So your tool really is your best you. Your story, learn to say it in 2 minutes. We have training videos on this. Learn how to invite 2 to 3 minutes. We got training videos on that. Your list, right? Your Zoom launches, your upline, your numbers, your daily method operation. How quick are you on your 20 left, 20 right? Where you're at with your numbers, how much money you're making, how many people are you bringing to you with next level, and your leadership. What kind of leaders are you being? So what's next? Make sure you join believersforlife.com, get plugged in, get onboarded with the person above you to walk through those 7 steps earlier. Get your story and your invite down. We have training on that in the school platform. And do your first X39 launch. Zoom or at home. Plug into the weekly Zooms. Establish your daily method of operation based on the goals and your why. Sign up for your next level event and duplicate. So that pretty much is the simplicity of what this is. And this is why I say, hey, if you want to trust in this, God's got this for you. And are you ready for you? Because He is. So, well, that is the onboarding presentation for tonight. And if one does have a question, we'll go ahead and answer that for you, and then we'll hit stop here in just a minute. And if you have more questions, you can always circle back around with your upline, and also you can ask me too. You just have to unmute yourself if you have a question. Alrighty. Well, it is 8 o'clock and the next Zoom is starting. So if you want to invite friends to see an amazing presentation told by a vascular surgeon on this amazing product, I'd go ahead and I'd call them up right now, get it done. And this is how we build this business. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., we have our Believers for Life Zoom, team Zoom. That's where once a week the whole team gets together and we share wins, testimonies, who's hitting ranks, and share the excitement, what's coming up, and get you equipped to win the week. And so there also is going to be a Wednesday women's Zoom at 12 o'clock, and as well. So just to kind of give you a little taste of other Zooms coming up. But hey, it's been an honor and be a blessing to be with you. And this has been recorded. And so get plugged in and get connected, and look forward to being partnered with you on helping others find hope in this patch and hope in this amazing opportunity of changing lives financially around the world and with our team. All right. Well, everybody, good night and have a blessed evening.